Hi guys and welcome to The Batch Lady. I am Suzanne Mulholland and thank you for watching The Batch Lady channel. On this channel I'm going to show you how to make some fast, simple, homemade, freezable meals so that when you come home from work you can just simply heat something up that you've already had prepared and serve it on the table and you don't have to worry about washing pots or anything. Today we are making lasagna. A lot of people think lasagna is really complicated. I like to cheat at nearly everything I do, so there's probably a bit of cheating in here. It's not so much cheating, it's about the way that you do it. So it's more about the process than the actual cookery of this, which I'm going to show you now. Okay, so to get started, I have some mince that is already cooked, some minced beef. And it's got some chopped frozen onions in it, my mince which came out of my freezer, defrosted and then cooked it in here, and some grated carrot, okay? So if you've been watching, if you've subscribed below and you've been watching this playlist already, you'll see that it's all about batch cooking minced beef. So you can either watch this as a separate one or you can watch the whole playlist and see what you do. So I already have this big pot and I'm just going to use what's left of it to make my lasagna. There's actually quite a bit left. We'll give it a go. Okay, so here we've already got our cooked mince, onions and carrots. To that we are going to add my tomato sauce. Now you will get this on batchlady.com. You will see it's basic, takes 5 minutes to make, 15 minutes to cook, and then it's ready. I make it in batches, so I already have a batch of it. So I'm just going to add this batch to the mint. And this is basically exactly the same as you do if you were making spaghetti bolognese or you were making anything like that, really. Okay? So we're just going to mix it round. Right, there we go. So we've got our basic starch. Now, quite often my bolognese or my lasagna, the Batch Lady stuff, doesn't look that red. You can redden it up if you want, but it's because it's made with fresh sauce. It's not a jar. Jars make everything look a lot redder, but it is super yummy, believe me. Okay, lasagna, great for kids. I'm making a huge one, so I'm making double the portion. It would make 2 for a family of 4, so it would make 2 meals. But I'm going to serve this at the weekend for the grandparents and the kids and ourselves, so I'm making a big one. So what we want to do at first is just layer up. So we're going to put enough in to fill the bottom. You might only get a couple of layers out of this, so don't worry about it. Just see how it goes. So we do a layer of this, then I use just shop bought. I'm using whole wheat, but shop bought lasagna. I love putting whole wheat because the kids don't notice when it's in something like this, and I feel like it's a lot healthier. But I also have things like everyday value stuff that I would also use, so it doesn't need to be expensive, this dish. Okay, and put as many as you want. You can double it up if you want. Now, next, I've got some frozen mushrooms. Frozen mushrooms that are still frozen. They work great with this. Just take them out, leave them frozen. They're just going straight back in the freezer. All of this is cold. I'm just assembling it so they can be frozen. Oh, doggy is barking at me outside. Okay, so these can be frozen. So I'm just going to leave them in a layer. And next, I have got some white sauce. Now, I made this white sauce when I was making macaroni cheese. So I made it as a basic white sauce. Before I made the macaroni, I just took some out, put it into a freezable, sealable bag, laid it flat, and put it in my freezer. So I already have a white sauce. So this lasagna is not costing any money compared to buying all the jars that you're supposed to buy for lasagna. So just give it a mix around. Don't worry how it looks a little bit separated like that. It won't be once it heats. It's just because it's been frozen. Okay. Now, not only do you save money by not buying jarred products, I mean, this white sauce costs pennies to make and takes no time at all. Look it up on my batchlady.com website. Just type in white sauce and it will come up and it'll let you see how easy it is. But not only that, you know exactly what your kids are eating by this. You know there's no extra sugar, there's no preservatives. We don't need any additives, preservatives, salt, or sugar because you're freezing it. That is your pause button. That is your preservatives itself, just the fact that you're freezing it. Now, we have probably been going for a couple of minutes, maybe 4 minutes, something like that. And already we pretty much have our lasagna. So I've just got my other layer of this. I'm going to add just the rest of these mushrooms because it's the last of the bag. My children aren't a big fan of mushrooms, so I don't put masses in, but I still put enough that they have to eat it. And we will just cover that over. Put the last bit of my, I'm not going to put a massive amount on the top. If you ever find you don't have enough white sauce and you've got to the end of your lasagna, you can just add some milk to it. It's just going to be a bit more runny, so it's absolutely fine. I could probably add some milk to this. And I just want to make sure that the pasta more than anything is covered on the top of this. And again, don't worry that it's a bit lumpy. It's just because it's still actually a little bit frozen. Here's my spoon. So guys, batch lady lasagna. This takes no time at all, okay? That can go back in the freezer, just like that. It's in my dish. I'm going to put the lid on, and I'm going to put a sticker on the top that says that it's lasagna. And then come Saturday evening when I'm feeding everybody, I'm just going to, can come straight out of the freezer. It just takes slightly longer to cook. Just take the lid off, throw it in your oven, and wait till it's piping hot, and you are good to go. Thank you for watching The Batch Lady.